Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for Supernatural, Season 12, Episode 3, The Foundry. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me is Dom and Kim.
Ha.
Ha.
How's it going?
Ha. So, who called it that Mary would be leaving after 3 or 4 episodes?
Not it.
I think it was Nikki, who's
Nikki,
not here.
Yep. Rude.
Rude, indeed. Well, there you have it. So yeah,
It was too much.
I don't think she's gone permanently.
I'm like, where's she gonna go?
Go learn about the world.
Go back to Kansas.
Call the internet. Ask for advice.
Call the internet.
Which made it sound like she didn't want to be like alive. Like she wanted to go back to heaven.
Maybe she does.
Maybe she does. Which would, require her to die by not her own hand.
Which means, are we gonna see her get like reckless and stupid?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I don't think... I don't know. She kind of, she gave me a little bit of that vibe, but I don't think that's the route she's going to go. I think she's going to more go find a place where she could be comfortable and, just adjust. 30-something years. I mean, a big 30-something years. Went from typewriters to smartphones, as she so put it. But, yeah, anyway. It's been a while since we had a ghost. A good ghost episode.
This is true.
I feel like we said this last season.
I feel like we did say this last season.
During the Bobby episode.
You think we have like one ghost? Now it's like one ghost episode per season?
I'm okay with that. It hasn't been done that often lately.
No. And even the Bobby episode wasn't a pure ghost. It was the ghost of Bobby, but it wasn't really a ghost because it was happening out of time and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember in the early seasons, we had a lot of ghosts. There's a lot of ghosts. So I think it's nice to maybe move away from that. So it's like, oh, maybe that was...
Yeah, now we get ghost children, which is much creepier.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, they make the sounds of babies cry. Well, the doll, apparently.
Fucking dolls.
Makes the sound of a baby crying, and it's like, oh no, we have to go help that baby. And then, their bodies are found frozen. Well.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of dolls. Taking
No?
your soul.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
I've been threatened that many times.
I'm becoming less of a fan of dolls.
I suppose...
Dolls are creepy.
I love Chucky. He's so cuddly.
He would.
See, I don't have a problem with Chucky.
No, I don't have a problem with Chucky. I found those movies absolutely hilarious.
It's the porcelain dolls. They're supposed to look all cute and shit. They don't look cute. They're fucking creepy. They're like, I'm eating your soul while you don't even know you're watching me.
Yeah, I'm going to eat your soul. I'm not going to know you were watching. No, I'm going to freeze your internal organs, and you're going to die of hypothermia on a warm summer day.
You ever seen that shit where haunted houses where they move when they're supposed to not move, and when they make noises in the middle of the night? I'm done. Fucking dog.
Yeah, I've had my good share of creepy shit, lately. Today's Halloween, the day we're recording this, so...
Kim should not be telling me all these things.
No, she
I'm
shouldn't.
going to put one, outside her window.
Especially while she's, in a dark room right now.
Put one in her locker at work.
I don't have a locker at work.
Install lockers at her job and put one in there.
Put one under her workstation.
Under her desk. In the dryer.
In the dryer.
Just sitting with, the Jack Russell head cock,
Mm.
Which is not a huge smile, but enough of a smile to be really creepifying. That's what
Half smile.
That's what we're gonna go with right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the first, real ways Mary feels out of sorts is, okay, this is a hunt. Great. And then, step one for her is we have to go to, like, Department of Records. We got to go look up all this information at, town halls and the police station, all this other stuff. And Sam and Dean look at her like, we have it all. We have everything. Like, newspaper reports, town records, police reports, everything going back how many years. And it's just like, oh. But, I don't know, I just kind of felt bad for Mary this whole episode.
I mean, she wants to go and do stuff the old school, but there's still room for it. Like, we saw her do that in this episode. She made the call, and she found out everything she needed to know on her own and beat Sam and Dean there. Even with them using the internets.
Yeah, she beat them to the punch. Like, she's in the house looking while they're burning all the remains.
Yeah. Well, she had somewhat of an insight that they didn't have. It's a whole mother instinct, for one.
Mm-hmm. There is that.
Right. But still, she got the information before them,
Mm-hmm.
She still went the old school route, called up, knocking on doors, kind of,
Nobody talks on the phone anymore. According to the one kid's mother.
I'm like, wait a minute. You're talking on the phone. It's just not a cell phone.
It's like nobody takes the time to talk on the phone anymore.
Yeah, and I love that her instant response to that was, "Yeah, I've noticed. Okay, bye."
Like, I've noticed. Bye. It's like, I've noticed that's a trend. Goodbye. Off the phone. No more talking.
Texting's easy. Sometimes it's like, it's not like, I'm like, it's not worth a phone call right now. It's something stupid. I'm just gonna text you real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how everything is with me, though. It's just like, anything that I'm going to talk to about somebody on the phone is not worthy of an entire phone call. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm with you there. I mean, I wish I could, do certain official things through text so I don't have to talk to customer support. Like,
well, like, I know our jobs, we still deal with fax machines, so.
Yeah.
Being that I am customer support over the phone, sometimes I don't want to talk to people.
Yeah, but Kim, do you have to deal with a fax machine still?
No.
Yeah, so you're a little lucky in that department.
Like, in the amount of time it takes me, like, okay, I can fax something and scan something to my computer at work, right? By the time, it's going to take the same amount of time to scan the whole thing. By the time the modem, warms up, starts dialing, sends all its data out and everything, I could have the scan in a PDF, sent and emailed to the person. They could have opened it and been like, oh, look, here's the thing. Suddenly, like, maybe a minute later, they get a phone call on their fax machine.
Unless they don't know what a PDF is.
And now that has to download. And then
I've gotten 2 phone calls where they didn't know what a PDF was. I was like, wait a minute.
All right, I can't help you with that one.
I had to explain to someone what a PDF was.
I mean, Mary would definitely have that problem.
Oh, yeah.
She would.
Mm-hmm.
She would.
But, yeah, ghost kids all haunting this house, not really causing any mischief. It's their murderer, whose body is in the... Okay, did I miss something? Like, did I have, just like a complete zone out moment as to why that guy's body was in the wall?
They said that he walled himself in.
Oh, he did it to himself.
He was so distraught with his daughter's death that he walled himself in.
And starved to death.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I missed that. Like, because I got to the end of the episode and I'm like, who put him in the wall?
The very end of the episode is when they actually said what happened.
Yeah, very, very end.
I don't know how you wall yourself up, but what happened?
It takes a real desire to, just die horribly to wall your own... How? Yeah, you're right.
Because, then someone had to come in and, like, fix the wall and just put, like, a regular, like... I don't know how you'd go that long without finding something in the wall. And, like, okay, so let's just say, hypothetically, you bricked yourself up. Okay, so you bricked the wall, blah, 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 blah. Then someone else came in and walled in front of the brick wall.
Yeah. I mean, typically that happens a lot when you're doing. We've done it at my job when we've needed certain walls that were in locations to put shelving on, and there's a brick wall in the way. We'll build another wall directly on top of, like, right in front of the brick wall,
Because
because it's much easier to apply shelving to
Well, yeah.
wood than it is to get a power like.
it is way easier to apply. It is way easier to build a frame, stick up some sheetrock, and mount shelving to that than it is to mount shelving to a brick wall.
Yeah.
But how, like, he's doing this from the inside of the wall. How well is that put together? You'd think if it didn't look like it was structurally sound or looked weird, you'd do something with it.
Depending on his determination to wall himself in, he could make it look really good. It would be no different than if you're walling you're building a wall from the other side. It doesn't matter what side you're building the wall from.
True.
And in fact, it's going to look neater from the opposite side because all the extra material that oozes out is going to be on your side.
And I mean, technically, you know, he probably built like 80% of the wall from the outside of it, and then like just climbed in and finished it from the inside.
Yeah, there's that.
Maybe.
I mean, I definitely don't think he just built the entire wall from that side of it because he wouldn't be able to fit it.
Then those things always, I mean, unless the house went, a long period of time without somebody in it, it does begin to smell. And not even brick can cover up that.
That is true. It depends. I don't know.
Look,
it depends on how well it was sealed, too. Because if you have flimsy, just like wood above you, you don't have like a good insulation and all that in the ceiling. Yeah, it'll seep up through the floor and all that. But if they have really good insulation, it really depends.
Hey, look.
You can get away with it. There's a bar that I know of, and I'm not going to say the bar because it's going to hurt the reputation because it was kept under wraps. When they were doing renovations, they knocked the wall down. They found a skeleton bricked off into the thing. And I've been in that bar a million times. You'd never know. You would never know.
Like a full body, or was it skeleton? It
was full body. Full skeletal body, yeah.
Well, what I'm just saying is, after a time, there's no longer a smell. But
yeah, but I mean,
it
depends on how good the ceiling is, like you said. Because I read a fun article today, being it's Halloween, and I now want a casket that breathes. Because apparently, if you're fully sealed in a casket in a mausoleum, it can explode.
There's also the thing, it's depending on the actual coffin. Even in the ground, you'll start to become a pile of goo. Well, just ooze.
Yeah, you'll turn into soap. But
yeah,
I mean, yeah, apparently
things you know.
Yeah, the things you find out.
I watched that. I watched this whole oozing. I was like, that's just gross.
But apparently,
now I'm just thinking of Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, suddenly the coffin will burst, it'll explode, and your juices will start oozing out of the mausoleum onto the floor. So next time one of your relatives comes to visit, your crypt, it's covered in goo.
Goo.
And it doesn't smell nice.
Oops, I just slipped on my relative.
Would that be the official term, Yugu?
Yugu. I mean, honestly, you'd smell it probably from a quarter of a mile away. But,
right now I feel like I'm going to vomit.
Like, the groundskeepers would notice before you ever got there.
Maybe. Depends on how well the cemetery is kept.
Yeah, that's true. I'm like, sorry, I was cleaning up your... There's you put in a Tupperware or something. Sorry, this is relative. I cleaned it off the floor.
Yugu.
Yugu.
Gross.
I coined a new term. So yeah, it was a typical ghost hunt, just, I guess, underscored by the fact that Mary felt so out of place, yet her old school techniques kind of led to the solving of everything.
Yeah. Like I said, there's definitely room for it.
Mm-hmm. She also got possessed. Kind of sucked. And I was thinking this whole time, I'm like, really? You can't just, no one's gonna shoot Mary, come on. She just got back. And then there's that whole thing of me doubting it. But anyway, on to the B plot. Cass and Crowley and their hunt for Lucifer.
The B plot? That was the B plot. This is the main plot.
All right, well, this is the main plot. Comedy ensues. I'm Agent Beyonce, and this is my partner, Agent Z.
Oh my god! Yeah, the moment you said that, I was like, oh my god, Cass.
Crowley's little smile, like,
Well, we had the first cut was Mrs. Winchester introducing herself, and then her sons. I forget what the names they used for that. And then it cuts to when they're done. It cuts to Cass.
Oh, did they use
Beyonce.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash?
I think they did.
Yeah.
Cause I think that's what they used. Yeah, and then it cuts to them like, I'm Agent Beyonce, and this is Agent Z. Like,
no, it was just Cass first.
No,
it was just
a Cass friend. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then Crowley turns as Cass is leaving. Does that make me Jay-Z?
So they're hunting for Vince, the new vessel for Lucifer, who apparently Lucy's good on his word because he showed up at Vince's sister's house, healed her, and peaced out.
Yeah.
I mean, he did kind of make that deal with him, like, we can fix your sister. Like, you just got to say yes. And he did, and lo and behold, Lucy fixed his sister.
He did.
Which, shocking, but, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the problem that Lucifer is having is that his vessels are, as we've, realized, decaying. Nothing can hold him.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why he's been body hopping so far for a while. And he doesn't want to do that. Because as he says, as I get used to, as soon as I get used to the limitations and comfortable in the body, it falls apart and I got to go find a new one. Which I can sympathize. I've never experienced that to sympathize, but
I was like,
I can understand why that would get annoying. Just when you
How often has your meat suit fallen apart?
I was about to say,
least
I'm
twice.
Like,
I don't know. I can understand why that would get annoying really fast. So let's use Enslaved Witch Lady to make it permanent. Ish.
we should trust that bitch.
Why does anybody ever trust her? I mean, shit, even the devil got played by her. Like, wow. Drawing, the whole thing's like, it's a mix of Book of the Damned and ancient Celtic magic. It's going to make your vessel as strong as a mighty tree. And as soon as she said that, I'm like, the fuck are you doing? Like, you're definitely not doing that.
One, she's a force to be reckoned with by herself. She's been alive for, hundreds of years because she knows how to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, she is a woman scorned multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I had forgotten that Rowena was with him, right? And when at the sister's place they mentioned, he's with the redhead or whatever. For whatever reason, Rowena was nowhere near the first thing in my mind. I was thinking back from last episode when they mentioned that they knew about Sam and Ruby, and I was like, "Wait, is Ruby back?" Like I just went, "What?" And then I was like, when Rowena came on screen, I was like,
Ruby dead?
I was like, "Oh, we don't know anything about what happens after they die."
No, if Ruby's not, if they can bring Ruby back, they can bring Meg back, and I liked Meg a lot more than Ruby.
Don't we know that the demons just go back to the underworld else somewhere?
We don't know what happens when they get stabbed by that crazy dagger thing.
No, the dagger
only thing we've been told, really, I don't even know if it's ever been laid out flat, but we assume they're destroyed. Is
right.
The assumption.
We just see them fizzle out and die. They like flicker and flash and all that. Same thing when they get shot with a gun.
It'd be a big deal if that wasn't the case, because that would mean Yellow Eye's still alive.
Right, and that's what I'm really hoping for. I'm hoping that it sends them to its own version of purgatory.
It would mean that all of the demons that were far more powerful and terrifying than Crowley are still somewhere out there. Because you gotta remember something, Crowley was nowhere near the top of the totem pole.
Mm-mm.
No, he was
actually... Or what if finding out that killing Death, had some side effect and didn't, brought them from wherever they were being held or, something like that. And they've been in hiding, regrouping, doing whatever. Like, there's all really cool stuff that they could do with that. And
technically, Death could have done it too.
For Supernatural to have an ending at some point, it would be really great to loop back around and bring Yellow Eyes back, for their final season. I think it would be fantastic. But I think for that to work properly, you'd need to get John and Mary back as well.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it was, Sam and Dean dying, and then, there's just a moment with the four of them, like, in their own personal little heaven together or something like that,
Yeah.
Needs to happen.
It's probably how
even though
Negan needs to come off The Walking Dead. He needs to show up on Supernatural.
Yeah, spellcast, and as he put it, I'd like to not be, it's like I got into this vessel, for a couple of days, and it's going all Keith Richards on me. Like
Gonna make this thing look worse than Keith Richards.
As soon as she's like he realizes what's happening. She goes, it's not gonna. You thought Keith Richards was bad. How about Iggy Pop? I was just like, oh my god, Iggy Pop doesn't look worse than Keith Richards. He looks pretty bad, but come on.
I don't know.
A nice accent there.
Sorry. But anyway, yeah, really, Iggy Pop? Okay, sure, buy it. But yeah, she makes his vessel start falling apart, and then she zaps him to the bottom of an ocean.
He looked pretty zombified. That's when he started. He's like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Keith Richards is way worse than Iggy Pop now that I'm looking.
Yeah, right.
I had to go Google it.
I did. Did.
Good luck finding another vessel at the bottom of the ocean. He's an angel. Can he teleport? Oh, he's an archangel. I mean, can he teleport even faster?
Do whatever the hell he wants. Really.
I mean, unless his essence just spreads out over, Oh, you know what? That is a point. He probably spreads out and has to, recongeal himself, because Cass at one point many seasons ago did say that his true form is the size of the Chrysler Building. I imagine that Lucifer would be much, much, much larger. Dom is just fascinated by the comparison.
I can't.
They're both pretty bad.
Oh, I mean, personally, if you were gonna make I know they were going for movie things, but if you're going for actors, I would have done Val Kilmer. Sorry, Val.
He's not aged very well at all.
No, unfortunately, it's not.
I'm trying to think of someone who's really, really aged badly, falling apart more than Keith Richards.
But even Val Kilmer is not as bad as the two of them.
No.
Come on now.
I think Val Kilmer is actually worse than Iggy Pop. I'm just throwing that out there.
Maybe
How about Joan Rivers?
Oh, there you Wait, Joan Rivers is not alive anymore.
Before the last facelift.
And she's got a billion plastic.
John Travolta.
Hey, you know what? They wouldn't have to embalm her. She had so many facelifts. Her face would stay the same for 1,000 years. John Travolta.
Enough Botox in it. He doesn't look bad.
John Travolta
doesn't look bad. He's got a lot of facial work stuff done to him too.
Oh my god.
No, Iggy Pop is bad.
So yeah, that's that. That's that. I mean, we had no metal letters bullshit this episode.
That's our conversation. Who's aged worse?
I know, right? I love how this is, completely derailed to which, rock star has aged worse, or actor, thespian. I know there's some.
I dare say, and this would piss off John if he saw that, but I dare say Steven Tyler.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't piss him off. He'd agree with you 100%.
I don't know age-wise. He still looks better than the two of them. He isn't aged that bad.
Go look at a young Steven Tyler to a current Steven Tyler, and he has not aged well. He's not aged well.
Drugs will do that shit to you, man.
It's
Yeah,
about
shit,
it's
yeah,
about Macaulay Culkin level.
Oh no, that's bad.
Now there's
Okay.
someone.
That's really
Now
bad.
there's someone who hasn't aged well, and they're only 30 in their early
Yeah,
30s.
the 30s. Yeah,
Uh,
I can't get over his mouth. You've done his mouth. I don't know.
So on to back to the supernatural. This, show we were talking about up until now. I am really excited for the Lucifer hunting Cass and Crowley buddy cop duo.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have to close this window. I can't stop looking at it.
I was like googling all kinds of shit.
All right, so the next episode is called American Nightmare.
Okay.
Sam and Dean investigate a case that leads them to a devout religious family that lives off the grid. The brothers realize that the parents are hiding a huge secret that could destroy them all.
Hills have eyes.
All right. Meanwhile, Dean struggles to accept Mary's latest decision.
Okay. So Mary isn't exactly gone.
No.
But or maybe it is. Maybe the Mary's latest decision is leaving. So that may imply that she's actually not in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. You said Hills Have Eyes. I instantly got like The Village kind of.
Oh yeah,
I watched
yeah.
the promo. I mean, Sam and Dean are wearing like their Sunday best, like nerdy church sweaters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
the lady...
I'm just getting a Village vibe, not like, oh, they're going back to the Amish period or anything like that. But just
I don't know. For some reason, the Hills Have
grid.
Eyes stuck in my head, but it was a whole off the grid thing, I guess.
I mean, they've done a
Yeah.
couple
But
of Hills
the
Have
Village
Eyes
makes
episodes
sense, yeah.
already.
Yeah.
But the one, off the grid, and the lady just asks, the two of them, like, while they're sitting in their living room, she's like, "Do you know God?" Like, just like in a religious, spiritual sense, and the both of them are just looking at each other like, "No."
Well,
We may have met him.
Did you know God had a sister?
Do you know that we're like Biffles?
Biffle.
Do you know that he wrote a book series?
I would have laughed if he's like, yeah, my brother's kind of got a thing for God's sister.
Blasphemy. So yeah, Lucifer is totally going to twist Rowena's head clean off her shoulders next time he shows up. Assuming
He's never gonna trust that bitch again. Never. No way.
And here I thought they were going to be like, I mean, yeah, the primary antagonist of this season seems like it's going to be the Men of Letters British chapter.
But we haven't seen, like, they kind of poofed.
Yeah, this episode we got
They
nothing.
don't really have much information. They, like, looked and they found one redacted article,
Yeah, they found, what did Dean find? One letter somewhere?
Yeah.
It's like the only
Extremely redacted.
It's like the only reference we found to the British chapter of the Men of Letters is a letter.
One letter.
One singular letter with nothing in it.
But obviously, the British has not been dealing too much with the Americans.
No.
No. Probably a very purposeful reason for that.
I'm like, why do you bitches care now?
Yeah, they care now. Anyway, anything else, guys?
No.
No? No? Okay. So that's our show then. Dom, where can they find you?
Let me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Thank you, Kim.
Really?
Where can they find you?
Also on the Twitters at HUFFITY, TUFFITY.
Gotta do the little dance.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me on Twitter at Thilladren, THILLADREN. You can find all of us on Facebook, Gmail, Twitter, Google+, MySpace, YouTube, at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us at all of those places for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. Thank you all for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Boo.
I'm gonna, like, Google all of, like, who looks worse.
Macaulay Culkin takes the cake.
Yep.
That's true.